Money Rags here again, guys. Today I want to talk about suicide and hurting yourself, cutting yourself, stuff like that. I wanted to know that I struggle with suicide on almost an everyday basis. Um, I think about it every day. Have since I was real small, and have made several attempts at it, and thank goodness that it didn't happen. I'm here to tell you today that there's so many things change. What you're feeling today, if you're feeling suicidal, what you're feeling today is not how you're going to feel in a week or in a month. Or even tomorrow, or even in an hour. Like I said, I think about it every day, but I know the warning signs when I absolutely, positively need help. And when I start thinking about where stuff is, if I start thinking about where a rope is, or where a knife is, or where a blade is, or when I start making a plan, it's when I know I need help, and that's when I know I have to get to a hospital quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, I didn't always think I mean, I used to think that there was never any hope, that it seemed hopeless, that just that it wasn't getting any better, that people would be better off without me, and stuff like that. And that's just, really, it's just not the truth. I've got little ones, my parents, I've got friends, and all of that. Well, I don't have so many friends, but that's okay. But the fact is that I have been in many hospitals. I've been in hospitals in California, hospitals in Texas, hospitals in Kentucky, and in Oklahoma. I was in a state hospital here in Oklahoma for like 9 months, and that's before it closed down. My point being is that you don't have to be afraid of going to those places. They just want to help. And it's sad that there's not more places so you can get help. But I'm telling you right now that the feelings that you're having are not always going to be the feelings that you have. They're going to change. If you've got a loved one that all of a sudden you've been betrayed, they've cheated on you, or they broke up with you, whatever, or you've lost a job, please listen. Don't do anything dumb. Things will get better. They're bound to. And it may not seem like it right now, but it does. I've got the National Suicide Hotline on my front page, and at 1-800-273-8255. It's anonymous, and they'll talk to you. There's all kinds of things that'll help you. Like I said, things change. If you're younger and you have all of these stresses, and grown-ups sometimes don't realize the social media stresses. I mean, we often think, what kind of stresses do you have? You have school, you have the chores, or you have, house. I mean, how many stresses can you have when we as adults have, bills to pay, this, that, the other, all kinds of other things. So sometimes we don't understand. But if you just reach out to us and talk to us, we will understand. And for those of you parents that are listening in, if they come to you with real concerns, please don't dismiss them. Their feelings are real. Whether they come to you and they say, "I'm stressed," and you don't How can you be stressed? There's nothing to stress about. For kids, there's all kinds of things to stress about. Like I said, the social media and stuff like that. Friends are very important to them. When they lose one, it's absolutely devastating. Things are so complex that for the young ones, that they just have a hard time dealing with those kind of stresses. So listen to them and take notes. I mean, if they start dressing in long sleeves all of a sudden, or they start giving away their stuff, they come to you and out of the blue, and it's not normal for them to kiss you and tell you that they love you, and you'll say, well, I'll see you tomorrow, and they don't say, okay. Things that are out of the ordinary, please take note, because those little itty bitty things are signs and symptoms. I learned from early on not to start to. I won't get into all of it, but I learned not to do certain things that would trigger people's radars. So I would try to fly under the radar and stuff like that. But as little itty bitty things that you can do, that people do when it's time for them to go, or they think it's time for them to go, that you can stop them. An encouraging word, a hug out of nowhere, a kind word to a stranger. I wave to my neighbors every single day. Most of them, some of them don't wave back or anything. They think I'm a little strange, and I am, but they just don't, and that's okay. But they look over at my way every single time, and I wave. That can help somebody from having a bad day to get worse, knowing that somebody is just out there, and just a simple wave, a simple kind word, like I said, a hug. Hug your children every day. And if you're kids, hug your parents every day. The parents go through a lot of stress too. Just give them hugs. I mean, you may not want to, it may not seem like it's the thing, but trust me, every single thing helps. And those that cut don't. I know sometimes you think that cutting makes you feel more alive, or makes you feel something other than the mental pain that you're having. I have done all of that. I have burnt myself, cut myself, I've done all kinds of things, and I have covered them up with all my scars with tattoos and stuff like that. So when you see me and I have tattoos, and look at the tattoos, I have never been in prison. I've spent the night in jail for a speeding ticket, but my tattoos cover up scars, and I learned that tattooing replaced the pain that I was feeling. And I'm not saying go out and get tattoos because you want to cut, because a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-olds cut to make them feel more alive, or to make the emotional pain go away, because the physical takes it away for a minute. I'm not saying go out and get tattoos. I'm saying there are other avenues. Search for other things. Talk to people. That's the most important thing you can do, is talk. And you say, but they're not listening. Well, maybe that person's not. Try somebody else. Don't give up. Don't give up on life. Don't give up on people. uh, it's very important that you do those things. Um, like I said, I struggle with that. I struggle with it every day, and um, um, it's crazy. Uh, um, uh, but like I said, I have a wonderful wife now. It took me a long time to get to. I've got wonderful kids. All of these things that I would not have had things not if what I had done I would have completed. Do I feel I'm a failure at killing myself? No. I am very thankful and blessed, whether it be divine intervention or just good luck or whatever you want to call it. I am so thankful at this moment to be freaking alive. Even with all my voices, and they're trying to get rid of them. I've on so many different kinds of medicines that it just seems like, oh, when will it ever end? And they're always trying new things because different chemicals work for different people and different combinations work for different people. You just don't give up. I can't give up. Not for my kids, not for my grandkids, not for my siblings, not for my mom and dad, not for my friends. I can't give up. I just want you guys to know that no matter what, if you don't feel like talking to anybody else, go ahead and leave a comment saying that you need help or something. I get my phone, and I'm always looking for notifications, stuff like that. If I don't get to it right away, it's because the phone's in a dead zone in my house. Like I said, there's only a 5-foot square piece in my house that I get any reception, and that's by design. But don't do anything. Talk to somebody. And I think today I'm going to talk about what chaps my chaps. What chaps my chaps today is people who tailgate and then pull around you and within 30 seconds turn. I mean, slow down and turn. I mean, you couldn't wait the 30 seconds. I'm a paranoid schizophrenic. I don't get out of the house much, and it's by design I don't get out of the house much. Thank goodness. But when I do, I take my wife and my dog. And when people cut me off, I mean, my wife has to hold on to me and say, you know, it'll be okay, and it is going to be okay. But I think that it's like the federal government or aliens or something like that. And this happens all within a flash of a second, and that all of these thoughts go racing through my head. My anxiety goes up because you're tailgating me, and I think that you're part of the government. And then when you swoop around in front of me, I think that you're trying to stop me and get out and do me some harm. And because I think that, then that makes my fight or flight reflex go. So I can either, and like I said, this split second thinking, I hit you with my car. I can do all kinds of things. And it's a good thing I have my wife because it's okay. So I don't do those things. So I don't get out. I don't run after cars anymore, like a tire biter. I just don't do that because my wife and stuff, they help me. But yeah, that's what chaps my chaps. I mean, like I said, thank goodness for my wife, because otherwise I think that you're trying to hurt me. And but please be kind to one another. 30 seconds isn't going to make a difference. 15 seconds ain't going to make a difference. A simple wave to somebody could change their whole outlook, could change the way they drive, could you just get that a simple kindness goes forever, because what you do to them, they in turn can do. If you wave at them or smile at them, then they in turn might be having a crappy day, but it turns their day around, which means they're going to smile at somebody or wave at them, which turns their day around, and it just escalates, and it keeps going and going and going. And that's where, like, that simple acts of kindness, where those things, one simple act can go across the whole nation because of one person. And I want to challenge you guys to do one simple thing, one act of kindness, smile at somebody, hold the door open for them, even if they don't appreciate it. Do it anyway because you feel good about yourself. And that's all I have to say for today. I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Money Rags. Love ya.